Hey everyone, it's Peter from Rock Daydream Nation. Well, overnight, a new single dropped from the forthcoming Deep Purple album Splat, a third single, in fact, Trippin. To date, we've had Arrogant Boy, which was an absolute cracker of a track, and then it was followed up with Diablo, which I was not totally sold on. Well, how does Trippin hold up? Firstly, quick shout out to the videos that have accompanied these singles. They are absolutely top notch, and this video is no exception. It's like a cross between Terry Gilliam, Monty Python animation with a dash of Yellow Submarine, think the movie, meets Salvador Dali. It's really wild. You know, you've got an animated housefly and a floating sycamore seed floating as a tiny spaceship. It's embarking on this wild psychedelic ride through other worlds. It's to be experienced, probably not to be described. Check out the Easter egg. There's a little Easter egg in the show where Deep Purple in rock, the Mount Rushmore figures are in the landscape in the show. So just check that out. Okay, let's get to the song. This is Deep Purple at its most progressive best. It starts off with a Don Airey classical trilly piano bit that's all mystique and, dare I say, slightly exotic. Then it builds up with organ. McBride is matching the piano riff with that nice, tasty tone. You've got Ian Pace doing a marching band beat on the snare, and then whooshka, we're into this gnarly Deep Purple riff. Now, the first thing that hits you is Gillan is bringing back this banshee falsetto. Sometimes it's double tracking, sometimes it's singing, but it's brave. I mean, Ian Gillan is 80 years old. He's in his advanced years. He's not afraid to experiment and push the vocals into areas that it frankly doesn't belong, but it works. The vocals remind me a bit of some of the more expressive character vocal stuff that he was doing in the band Gillan. You know, I really appreciate the experimentation, the bravery of his vocals. It just, maybe I just can't explain it, but it just works. So the song progresses. Halfway through the song, it goes into this yes ELP territory when the heaviness is kind of wound back, it's tapered a little bit, the melody is fleshed out. Then Don Airey does this long form kind of piano solo. It's all sort of chromatic stuff that reminds me of Mick Garson, piano player from Spiders of Mars, David Bowie's backing band. And then you counterpoint with the Bride and his tasty fretboard work. What's this song about? Well, Ian Gillan says that the lyrics are about a bizarre story about God and Charles Darwin having a drink in the pub. Talking about how the world hasn't worked out the way that they planned. Look, I've always thought Ian Gillan is a very underrated lyricist. And when he's on form, he is a sharp social observer. So this is no different. My appetite is fully whetted for the album. Not long to go. As for the air, the band performance, they are playing tight. They're in complete synergy. And perhaps with McBride in the band, they're playing with even more energy and vigor than the previous lineup with Steve Morse. Now, I know Ian Gillan has said that Steve McBride being back into the band in Equal One brought that English rock sensibility back to Deep Purple. Look, I'll let others judge in respect to that, but there is certainly a lot of energy on this track, and Arrogant Boy for me to be super excited for Splat when it comes out in a couple of weeks. One thing I do notice about this lineup is where Blackmore, in the Blackmore era, the band was all wrapped and controlled around his guitar riff because he's a completely dominating force of nature. But this band seems to be much more an equal partnership. For example, would you think that Don Airey would have as much keyboard coverage in a song like this if it was in Mark II? I don't think so. So, all in all, I love the bravery of the song. I love the experimentation. And I love the surprise element, with Gillan's vocals. It's starchy, experimental. It's got a lot of beautiful keyboard melody lines. It's Purple at their progressive rock best. Bring on the album, I say. Rock Daydream Nation. Tell us what you think of this song. I love reading your comments, good, bad, or indifferent. Please like and subscribe to the channel. There's lots of Deep Purple content. We are the Deep Purple channel on YouTube. Check out the other shows on the channel. Lots of rock content. More stuff coming in 2026 and beyond. Can't wait to check out the album. All the best and cheers.